This is the moment Maddie finally won her first gold in the 800 metres at her 4th Paralympic Games.
She's going to take the line and take the win. 1:45.99. That's a new Paralympic record for Madison de Rozario.
Also coming home with a gold in the marathon.
Going into Tokyo, everything was about that gold medal and nothing else really mattered, whereas I think having ticked it off the list, it doesn't feel as overwhelming as it did previously.
Her goal for Paris is simple.
And that marathon title, that's the main one. That's what all our focus has been on. It's a very different course to Tokyo. Paris is much more technical, some trickier turns, a lot of cobblestones, as we're finding out at the moment.
Over her 16-year career, Maddie's distances have increased. She burst onto the scene as a 14-year-old, competing in the 100 metres at Beijing.
The intensity of sprint training wasn't working with my body very well, and it was after London we kind of had to make the decision whether we stay in it and just kind of keep doing this, or whether we switch up events. Do we change how we train? Do we change our entire mental approach to racing?
And now she's planning to race 422 times further.
The marathon had become a big focus leading into Tokyo. When the lockdowns happened, we buried ourselves in base work. That was basically all we could do, and we didn't expect to win the marathon in Tokyo.
Maddie was 4 years old when she developed transverse myelitis, a rare neurological disease that inflames the spinal cord, resulting in her wheelchair use.
Being a girl with a disability, they're all very difficult things to navigate, I think, in the world. And I think society is quite harsh on young girls that looked like me. Still is. And sport was what gave me an out from that. Through sport, you have to have so much love and respect for your body and have this really cohesive, strong relationship with it that was not encouraged in people that looked like me growing up, and I wouldn't be the person I am today if I wasn't in this sport at this level at a really young age, and for me that's what shaped me.
Maddie grew up idolising 9-time gold medalist Louise Savage.
Gold medal to Australia. Savage has won.
And now she's her coach.
I think the landscape has changed a lot. Times have come down drastically, so it's an interesting time in which we're racing between not only the athletes getting better, but the equipment and a lot of innovation within our sport.
Lou she's fierce and she's competitive, whereas I don't have a competitive bone in my body. And I was trying to be this fierce person that could turn anger into a good result, and I just wasn't doing it very well, and it was all falling apart around me. And it was Louise of all people that was like, you're never going to be the next Louise Savage, you're going to be the first Madison de Rozario.
At 30, Maddie is still training as hard as ever.
And that is one of the big challenges, I think. Waking in the morning, the first thing you have to do is physically push your body to as far as it can possibly go. Isn't the most enchanting thought. You don't wake up like wow, can't wait to do this, but there is so much love for it. I have such a good performance team. Louise obviously heads that up, but I train out of the New South Wales Institute of Sport, and I have a wonderful team around me, and the program's evolved so much as well. We're doing more kilometres we've ever done, more volume, more intensity, and really building it.
Maddie credits much of her success to her support system.
I feel like my entire performance team is driven by curiosity. We want to know how physically good at this sport I can possibly be and how good we can make me, and I think that drives all of us. I always thought that there would be a ceiling, that when we won our first world title or finally won that gold medal at a Paralympics, that would kind of be, there would be some level of satisfaction of, we're done and we can put this away, but it's done the opposite. I'm so curious how far we can go. I reckon that's probably where the biggest feelings of pressure come from, is from my own team, just because there's so much belief in that room that you want to do it justice when you get out there, but it's wonderful.
What a cool.
What an inspiration.
I know,
honestly.
right? So strong. So
bloody
strong.
And to do it with no competitive edge, to not be a competitive person, how do you do that?
I feel ashamed of my electric bike, to be honest now, so I just won't charge it tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, put in some effort, mate, for God's sake.